Hey guys, Hadako here with another custom Fire Emblem Heroes banner. This time, our topic is a little something out of left field. Instead of basing the units off of characters not in the game, characters from other games, or seasonal alts, we'll be taking a look at the real world for inspiration in this very special set of heroes I like to call Outrealm streamers. 8 of the most well-known Fire Emblem content creators have been mysteriously transported into the world of Fire Emblem heroes, and they've been granted special abilities that match with the aspects of themselves in order to assist the Order of Heroes. All of the custom weapons, assists, specials, and skills are exclusive to the units they belong to, and all of the units were designed with no input from the creators they're based on. In fact, they didn't even know I'm doing this. So I apologize in advance if any of you are unhappy with the depictions I've created. Well, without further ado, let's get right around to the first unit. Looks like we've got trouble because our first hero, Nagi, comes to Fire Emblem Heroes in the form of a colourless, dagger-wielding infantry unit, much like his beloved Felicia before him. Dubbed Maid Master, he sports a nice 167 BST with the following base stats: 40 HP, 35 attack, 39 speed, 11 defense, and 42 res. Much like the Maid twins he's known for, Nagi sports decent offenses and astounding resistance at the cost of an abysmal defense stat. But the resistance doesn't stop there, because his personal dagger, at your service, grants 3 more resistance on top of its 14 might, and the following effect. If unit's res is greater than foe's res, deals damage equal to 70% of the difference between stats, maximum bonus of plus 7 damage, as well as the standard dagger 7 effect. His assist skill, Rally Speed Res Plus, further reflects Felicia's strength and makes them a powerful duo to deploy together. But, if you thought the emphasis on resistance ended there, you'd be sorely wrong, because along with the powerful Swift Sparrow 3 for his A skill, Nagi's personal B skill is Frozen Rage, a sabotage skill on steroids that inflicts attack speed -7 on any foe that has 3 less resistance than Nagi, and is adjacent to another foe. That's a total maximum debuff on multiple foes if he plays his cards right, and with such high resistance, he's going to be weakening his foes for days. Our next hero is Sage Master 15, also known as simply Sages. Dubbed a wise shooter from his knowledge of Norse mythos and being my personal guide into content creation, Sages is a staff cavalier like no other, his weapon of choice coming from when he dressed up as this handsome devil. His stats don't leave much of an impression: a BST of 151 made up of 39 HP, 31 attack, 38 speed, 21 defense, and 23 res. Sages shines through with his heavy utility playstyle. His personal staff, named Heal? Hold on a sec. Hey Google, how do I say this word? Yeah, that. It grants Sages 14 might, and has an effect list as long as the legends he studies. To break it down a little, the staff is Wrathful by default, inflicts the same effect as Pain Plus but with the chance of it hitting twice if he's fast enough to double, and spreading his healing to all allies instead of just the target. Speaking of, his personal healing assist, Rejuvenation, is a 2-range heal that restores HP equal to 50% of Sage's attack stat, as well as having the same effect as Harsh Command Plus, which for those of you who don't know it by heart is as follows. Neutralizes target allies' penalties from skills like Panic, Threaten, etc., and negative status effects preventing counterattacks, restricting movement, etc., that last through allies' next action, converts any penalties on target ally to bonuses. On top of that, his personal special skill, Naga's Balm, is a 3-turn cooldown special that grants +5 to all stats to all allies when it triggers. As for his skills, Dazzling Staff for his B skill and Savage Blow for his C skill are staples for a Pain Plus healer, and work wonders for his chip damage potential, while leaving his A slot open for either an offensive skill like Attack Speed Push to increase his DPS, or a defensive skill like Fortress Defense Res to increase his survivability. Next up, we have Goosephone, also known by her real name Louise, but more commonly as simply Goose. Dubbed the winged songstress from her love of the ocarina and its naming convention, Goose is a green tone flyer just like her beloved Nino, as well as the only refresher in this set of heroes. Goose sports a unique stat line, a BST of 145 consisting of 35 HP, 41 attack, 15 speed, 25 defense, and 29 resistance. Her lowest BST caused her speed to take a hit so that her attack could stay high, but don't worry about it much, she'll still be playing her ocarina song more than firing off its powerful wind magic. Speaking of, her personal weapon, the Gale Ocarina, has 14 might and grants +4 to all stats when she targets a unit with her personal assist skill, Song of Soaring. Similar to Peony's Gentle Dream, Song of Soaring grants another action to the target ally, as well as the guidance status to allies within cardinal directions of herself and her target. For her A skill, Goose comes with Mirror Impact, a powerful striking skill that will dismiss her low speed on player phase strikes, while allowing for decent mage tanking and iceberg firing potential. But her personal B skill, Pure Melody, is where her potential as the Order of Heroes' new top refresher really shines through. Move aside, Legendary Azura, because when Goose plays her Ocarina, Pure Melody will inflict -4 to all stats and the guard status to foes in cardinal directions of herself and her target. A true and honest song fills the air as she soars around, giving her allies another action, making them much stronger as a result. Or so I'm told. I wonder what song she'll play. Oh, moving on. The next hero to fall into Asuka is none other than the coveted, juicy Chaz Aria, more commonly known as simply Chaz. If you've ever seen one video from the man, you'll know why he was dubbed as coveted juicy. And he joins the fight as a sword cavalier, because sword infantry is too oversaturated and we don't need any more of those. Chaz sports a hefty 162 BST, consisting of 41 HP, 37 attack, 16 speed, 34 defense, and 34 resistance, meaning he's pretty well off in everything except speed, which in his case is not a detriment. His personal weapon, Chalfie's Choice, named after his appreciation for Sigurd and the game that he hails from, is an 11 might Brave style weapon that inflicts -5 speed, but also reduces the first attack from any foe by 50%, combining the effects of Sigurd's Divine Tearfing and Reinhardt's Master Sword, you know, the two main lords of Fire Emblem 4 and 5? Chaz also comes equipped with a personal special, Kaga's Blessing. Named after Fire Emblem's original founding father, Shozo Kaga, this special has 4 cooldown, and when triggered, restores HP equal to 100% of the damage dealt, allowing for a good heal if he can hit hard. For his A skill, he comes with the tried and true distant counter, while his personal B skill is Holy Ward, which reduces the damage from any follow-up attacks by 50%, combining with his sword's effect and basically halving all damage he takes. Finally, his C skill is Defense Res 03, allowing him to have a small support role in mixed teams, as well as further increase his all invoke, but this can be replaced for a cavalry buff on an all-horse team. I'm not sure how to end this section, so I'm just going to remind everyone to stay frothy. But I'm not really sure what that means. Moving on, our next hero is Ghast, also known as Ghast Station. Dubbed the support scientist from one of his most famous sets of videos in support science, you'll be hearing the word support a lot in this section, but let's start with the stats of this Blue Tome infantry unit. Sporting a BST of 162 made up from 38 HP, 37 attack, 37 speed, 25 defense, and 25 resistance, Ghast's stats are very even across the board, with standard defenses and enough bulk to survive a majority of attacks. His stats reflect that he can be molded into whatever role for combat that is needed for the team he supports, which is where his skills come into play. His personal weapon, the Support Log, is a 14 might tome that grants +6 to all stats in combat to both Ghast and whoever he has an ally support with. To combo with that, his personal assist skill is Rally Spectrum Plus, which grants a further +5 to all stats to the unit he targets. To help boost his defensive capabilities, Ghast comes with Attack Speed Bond 4 for his A skill, and for his personal C skill, he comes with another support-based skill in Spur Spectrum, which grants +3 to all stats in combat to adjacent allies. Being a support unit through and through, Ghast definitely benefits from a more close-knit battle style, being able to grant a maximum of +16 to all stats to an ally, but he can be molded with different skills and seals to perform a multitude of roles, making him a very flexible unit that can slot into any team. Deuces! Joining this ragtag group of misfits, we've got Stevie here from Lucky Crit. Dubbed the Luckster for very obvious reasons, Stevie joins the Order of Heroes, not with a sword, but as a colourless bow infantry unit. Stevie is one of the better units in the batch in terms of pure offensive capabilities, with a 167 BST consisting of 39 HP, 41 attack, 40 speed, 23 defense, and 24 resistance. Stevie is all about dealing big damage, just like his namesake criticals, and it all starts with his personal weapon, the Hisatsu Yumi, which translates to the critical bow. It's a 14 might slaying bow that has special spiral built into it, just like Ares' Dark Mistletoe. This pairs with his personal special, Lucky Shot, which is a 3-turn cooldown Astra that goes down to 2-turn thanks to the Hisatsu Yumi slaying effect. That's 150 damage boost to all of his attacks once he gets the special spiral train rolling. In terms of skills, Stevie's A skill is Life and Death 4, which is to further improve his offensive stat line, while his B skill is Guard 3, which prevents his opponents from charging their own special against him. Fire Emblem Heroes doesn't really have a critical hit system, but I feel like you'd need to be lucky not to get absolutely demolished by Stevie in a fight against him. We're nearing the end of this video, and these last 2 units are particularly powerful. First up, we've got Mangs, known far and wide as the beloved egghead of the FE Tuber community. Dubbed a green unit because, well...
I'm a green unit!
Mangs joins the fight as an Axe Armor Knight, and the only armored unit in the group. Being an armor unit, he also has the highest BST of the group at 180, consisting of 46 HP, 40 attack, 12 speed, 43 defense, and 39 resistance. Mangs is a tanking powerhouse with the firepower to fight back just as hard. His only downfall is his terrible speed, but we all know that armor knights care not for how slow they are. Mangs' personal weapon is the Poogie. Yes, the Poogie, not this Vooge crap that IS thinks we wanted. The Poogie is a 16 might slaying axe with inbuilt distant counter, just like the Vooge, but better since the DC is always there. His personal special is Agnes, a 4-turn cooldown special that deals damage based on 100% of his in-combat defense, and that only grows in power with his personal A skill, Iron Mangs. A fortress defense res on steroids, it grants plus 10 to defense and resistance at the cost of 10 speed, which Mangs does not care about at all thanks to his B skill, Vengeful Fighter 3. You won't even have time to hear his iconic "Hello ladies and gentlemen" before he crushes you under the raw power of his 53 base damage Agnes. This is one green egg that you don't want to mess around with. We're finally at the end, and our final unit is descending from the heavens where he resides to bring a pure, unadulterated force of power and wisdom to the Order of Heroes. The one, the only, Mr. What's Up Guys himself, it's Phoenix Master 1, who will be referred to by his shorthand PM1 for the sake of time. PM1 comes to Fae as a mythical hero for the Light Affinity, granting an HP and attack boost to allies with Light Blessings. Dubbed the Strategic God, a title befitting none other than himself, PM1 appears in the game as a colourless dragon flyer, in a similar vein to how Sothis uses Dragonstones, but doesn't transform into a dragon herself. PM1 sports a solid 170 BST, which is made up of 40 HP, 35 attack, 35 speed, 30 defense, and 30 resistance. A true all-rounder, PM1's stat line allows him to be outfitted with an infinite number of different skill combinations, and still perform well. His personal weapon is the aptly named Summon Session, a 16 might Dragonstone with a multitude of effects, which include Slaying, Distant Counter, Null Follow-Up, Null Counter Disrupt, Null Special Acceleration, Null Guard, and Adaptive Damage. A powerful weapon indeed, but what more can you expect from our free-to-play god? Speaking of, his transformation summons apparitions of Fjorm, Legendary Ike, Air, and Peony to his side to attack, combining all the powers of these legendary and mythical heroes into one destructive blast of epic proportions. His personal special, Reflect Barrier, is a 3-turn cooldown special similar to Fjorm's Ice Mirror, where it reduces all damage from attacks by 50%, and then deals damage based on how much damage was reduced. To further complement his defensive special, PM1's A skill is Full Guard, which removes the effective damage bonus from both fly effective and dragon effective weapons, making him similar to the recent mythic hero Altina. For his B skill, he has Renewal 3, an oddly common skill to see on such a premium set, but since he has no way to heal himself otherwise, Renewal acts as a nice complement to his tanky nature. Finally, for his C skill, PM1 comes with Times Pulse 3, since the comparisons to Sothis don't just stop with his weapon type. PM1 is a unit that would dominate any game mode, especially the light season of Aether Raids, and is definitely deserving of his spot as the top dog of the Outrealm streamers. Well, that's it. All 8 of the units have been shown off and are now ready to be recruited into your barracks. Who would you summon for? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to take this time to thank you all for a wonderful year here on YouTube. I only really got into making videos more regularly as of this year, and this community has been so inviting and accepting of me and my single brain cell gay as fuck Alphonse standing ways. All of the creators featured in this video were a huge inspiration to me, whether it was through direct conversation or admiration from afar. I want to thank them all from the bottom of my heart for giving me a safe place to express myself. And it's not just them, there are countless content creators. These are only 8 that I was able to flesh out into heroes in like 3 hours the night before I'm recording this. If you're a creator and you're not in this, just know that I care about your contribution to my year just as much as these 8 I featured. And I'd also like to thank my dear viewers and subscribers. When I started this channel, I just wanted a place to store recordings of summon sessions, but over this year I've gained almost 400 subscribers, which is a really big number for someone who uploads when he wants and makes all of his videos by himself while also working full time. So thank you, viewer, for watching this video and any other videos I've made, and watching any videos I continue to make into the next decade. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell, and until next time, bye guys.